COVID variant in Pasay City. The Health Department recommends vaccinating all health workers and citizens in Pasay to prevent the spread of the South African variant. The Health Department has reported only 13 adverse effects from Sinovac shots so far. Experts say the observed side effects were nothing out of the ordinary. Cinemas and museums in GCQ areas may reopen starting March 5. And an agent of the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency says that the Commonwealth misencounter was overkill on the part of the police. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Sean Yao. The Philippine Genome Center detected 3 cases of the more infectious South African COVID variant in Pasay City. Greg Gregorio joins us live from Mandaluyong City for more details. Greg, have they found a correlation between these cases and the recent spike in cases of COVID-19 in Pasay City?
Sean, the Department of Health has detected a total of 6 cases positive with the South African variant of SARS-CoV-2 or the B1351 variant in the country. 3 of the 350 samples recently sequenced by the Philippine Genome Center were located in Pasay City. 2 of them are returning overseas Filipinos from UAE and Qatar, while the other one is still being verified. 1 of the 3 cases has recovered, while the other 2 are still recuperating. Health officials note that the South African variant is more transmissible, similar to the UK variant. Studies abroad say this might affect the efficacy of vaccines since the variant is preventing the production of antibodies to fight the virus. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Verade emphasized that this detection is not necessarily the culprit behind the recent surge in cases in Pasay City. They also cannot say yet if there is a local transmission of this variant in the city. Let's listen to what Undersecretary Verade had to say.
But we need to do a thorough analysis for us to be able to really confirm and say that the variants would be the cause of this increase in cases. Just yesterday, we had that information that there was this linkage between these 2 individuals with the South African variant. So yun po ang tinitingnan natin ngayon na baka dyan sa Pasay may local transmission din.
Sean, based on the same batch of the recent gene sequenced samples, the Department of Health has also detected 30 additional UK variant cases and 2 cases with mutations of concern. Verhera said there is a special round of genome sequencing this week for the positive cases from NCR and Cebu. Sean?
Thanks for that update. That was News 5's Greg Gregorio joining us live from Mandaluyong. In line with that, let's take a look at what we know so far about the South African variant of SARS-CoV-2. This virus variant is known as B1351, which was first detected in October 2020 in Eastern Cape Province in South Africa. It has since caused the second wave of COVID-19 infections in the country. Similar to the UK variant, it is more transmissible than the original coronavirus. Aside from the N501Y mutation, it also has the E484K mutation, which is not found in the UK strain. It is said to help the virus evade attacks by an individual's immune system, reducing the efficacy of vaccines. Recent reports from the Novavax trials showed that the shot had a 60% efficacy rate against the South African variant. Health experts noted that the reduced efficacy does not mean no efficacy at all, and manufacturers are currently looking to tweak their shots to cater better to other variants. As of late, more than 40 countries have since reported at least 1 case of the South African strain, including the UK, the US, France, the Netherlands, and Belgium. We're going to pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. Watching One News Now, I'm Sean Yao. The Health Department reiterates that some adverse events after inoculation are quite common, even in vaccines that are not meant for COVID-19. This reminder comes after the agency recorded at least 13 cases of side effects. Jenny Dongon with a report.
Dr. Christopher De Los Santos of the Jose Rodriguez Memorial Center in Caloocan City complained about having a headache after getting the Sinovac shot.
At that time, humingi ako ng paracetamol and I was relieved naman after taking paracetamol.
But De Los Santos managed to calm himself and went back to his duty after taking a medicine.
Ang tumatakbo lang sa isip ko noon, it can be just part of a vaccine experience. So it can be a possible side effect or it may just be a normal headache.
Respiratory therapist Meryl Gasang experienced tolerable pain in his arms and blurry eyesight after getting the job. Although she preferred other brands, Gasang said she does not have any regrets getting the China-made shot.
It's better na maging protected ka kaysa naman sa wala talaga. Ayan ang para sa akin. So, nung lumabas na yung Sinovac, right away, nagpa-vaccine ako.
Unlike others, Samuel Sumilang, chief nurse of the hospital, did not experience any adverse effects. Upon explaining to his colleagues that there's no harm in getting the shot, they started to register for the job.
Ngayon na nandito yung bakuna, malaking bagay po yun na kahit papano, meron na po magiging proteksyon kahit papano po. No? So yun po yung isa sa mga antagal naming hinintay.
The Health Department reports that only 13 cases of adverse effects were recorded, most of which are just minor, such as rashes.
Wala sa kanilang na-admit, lahat sila ay inobserbahan, minanage, at after a while, they were all sent home.
The agency instructed hospitals to continue monitoring those who have been vaccinated for at least 2 weeks before the second shot. For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
The government reports that at least 756 frontline workers have so far been vaccinated against COVID-19, most of whom are from the Veterans Memorial Medical Center. Other vaccine recipients are personnel of the Philippine General Hospital, the PNP Hospital, Dr. Jose Rodriguez Memorial Hospital, V. Luna Medical Center, and the Lung Center of the Philippines. Vaccination has also started among health workers in Pasay City. Romel Lopez joins us from Pasay for the latest. Hi, Romel. How did the vaccination go today?
Yes, Sean, government officials and health workers received their COVID vaccines here in Pasay City this morning. But as the inoculation begins in the city, cases continue to surge. Some government officials were the first to receive the Sinovac jabs in Pasay General Hospital this morning. The hospital targets to inoculate its 100 health workers today. They have enough doses for 200 more, but still short with their population of over 400. The hospital also assured the public that they are prepared with the rising of cases in the city. Recent data shows that there are already over 8,000 cases in Pasay, around 500 of which are active. 77 barangays have been placed under localized lockdown, while one barangay is on total lockdown. The LGU has also ramped up its contact tracing efforts. In an interview with One News Agenda earlier today, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Berheri said that they will recommend to the President or to President Duterte to vaccinate Pasay City's health workers and citizens to contain the variant. Here is what they have to say.
Pinag-usapan kagabi sa kabinete at we'll initially do this for the healthcare workers in Pasay City and then we will see if there are still enough vaccines to vaccinate the other members of the community in Pasay City.
Ngayon po, ilalabas ang swab test results within 24 hours pero hawa-hawa na po ang ating mga kapamilya. Kaya sana po mag-iingat po kayo.
Sean, as you can see here, barangay workers and police officers are manning this checkpoint here in Barangay 26 in Pasay during this lockdown. These localized lockdowns will depend on the results of the swab test of residents. If no additional cases are recorded, then the Pasay LGU will consider lifting the lockdowns. Sean?
Thanks for that update from Pasay City. That was News 5's Romel Lopez. Thank you for joining us. The Health Department logged around 2,000 new infections today, and the total caseload now stands at 580,000, more than 33,600 of which are still active. 47 died of the virus overnight, pushing the death toll to over 12,300. On the other hand, total recoveries are now at 534,400, with 144 new survivors in the last 24 hours. And here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. Cinemas and museums can reopen in areas under General Community Quarantine or GCQ starting March 5. Cinemas will be allowed to operate at 25% capacity, while museums can open up to half of capacity. The Supreme Court resumes oral arguments on petitions seeking to nullify the anti-terror law today. And the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency insists that PDEA agents did not start the gunfight with police officers in Commonwealth Avenue last week. PDEA Chief Wilkins Villanueva says he is willing to resign if PDEA agents were found to indeed have started the encounter. For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.